that
Well, yeah.
they list, right? Obviously, why else would they be?
Yeah,
Okay,
they're not gonna like say it has a
they're not
3080
no
and then
scam,
put like
right?
in
No
like a
scamming.
1060.
Okay,
No.
okay, all right, all
No,
right.
that's
Maybe
against
it's a
the
scam.
law and
Oh,
punishable
okay,
by
okay.
death.
Punished by death.
Yeah.
I'm ready
All
to
right,
be
you
punished
ready?
by
All right,
death.
dude. Let's see. So we're on patch 11.2. This came out 2 hours ago. Let's see what we
Mm-hmm.
got. So Riot says it's a light patch. They're focusing on champ adjustments. Okay. They've got some love for Ephelios. Not that it matters. Nerfs for pro outliers. Renekton nerfs and Kaisa. God
Wait,
bless.
what?
Yeah, you didn't know, dude? Renekton's like crazy in
Like
pro play.
nerfs?
And by crazy, I mean he loses like every game. Anyway. Then the spotlight is on everyone's favorite, definitely trustworthy, definitely purple Doctor. AKA the Doctor Mundo 1.5 update. But anyway, let's see. And we got some TFT stuff, no one cares. So, pretty light
Yeah, fuck
skin
that.
patch. We only got skins for all of Mundo's skins because they got updated. And
And
then Braum and Set, which I know a lot of people are happy about this because they're like, pool parties only for hot women. But now
but look,
we got men.
now we have sexy men.
Yes.
Riot has finally heard our cries and gave us fucking Set and Braum at the same
Oh, yes. So anyway, so let's see.
Mundo.
So Dr. Mundo, we'll go over that at the end because I have some things to say about this.
Mundo.
Aphelios. So I think I'm most suited to
Is
speak
he
on
weak?
this.
Is he weak, Chris Allen?
So
I
here's
never
how
see
it
you play him
works.
anymore.
Here's how it works, and this is kind of why. So this is usually what ends up happening, right? There are champions that are decent, but to do what you need to do on them takes a lot more work and effort than like other champions. So like for instance, why would I play Aphelios where I have to actually think, manage my weapons, when I could just play Jinx and just shoot them with the rocket? Why? Why would I choose to do that? I could do it, and Aphelios definitely is strong later on in the game. Super strong, I would say, if you know how to play him. But it's like, it's just a headache. Why would you do it? So
You play
basically,
somebody like Ezreal?
yeah, even better, dude. Even better. So, like, they've done nothing but nerf, like, Aphelios, and I feel like they just don't want any unique idea to be fun. Look at Asol. Unique idea, fun. You had to play, like, 30 fucking games on him to finally understand him. And then, like, the mains were really good at him, and then they reworked him, and now the
Yeah.
Aurelion Soul mains cry every single day, please just revert the W. Please. And they won't do it, and
No.
Aurelion Soul is like ass.
Please revert the W.
And, like, they do the same thing with everything that's unique. Look at Senna. Senna's literally going through, like, every which variation. Like, each patch has, like, a different fucking build.
Yeah, everyone's going something stupid on her now.
Yeah, Kaisa, same issue. All she's getting is nerfs because she's so like different. They nerf her AD, build AP. They nerf AP, build some on-hit nonsense. Like it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But anyway, yeah, Aphelios is pretty whatever. He's great later. Like later, no doubt, he definitely picks it up. But why would you want to like do that? Why would you want to wait until later and just have to think? It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
So I'm hoping to see buffs, and they said they were giving him love. So let's see if we see any substantial buffs. So. Base stats. MR is up. Okay, he's a little better at taking poke.
and AD growth. AD
That
growth.
doesn't matter because he gets AD out the ass.
Come on, Chris Allen.
Alright, and they're only touching two of his guns. His lifesteal pistol and the
pistol?
crescendum. Let's see this shit, bro. So the maximum number of attacks is getting nerfed. Okay. The on-hit damage is getting slightly buffed. Which doesn't matter. You don't use the Q for on-hit damage, but okay. Healing from basics is nerfed by half. Okay. And the healing from abilities is up by like a lot. It's tripled early and doubled, or not doubled.
They took the 10 from the basic attacks and put it to abilities.
Yeah, like later. Early it's a lot though. So I guess they want you to heal from queuing instead of just autoing, which is very weird to me, but I guess they want to play more on the weapon fantasy. This is to be determined if this is good. I think this is whatever. This is nothing. And then the crescendum, which has one line of text. What are they doing? 25 to 85, 31 to... All right, so Ephelius sucks. All right, cool.
Come on, Chris Allen.
All right, Draven, another AD, which is my main role. Okay, what do I think of Draven? Honestly, I think Draven is one of the least touched ADs in like patching history because he's so easy to balance. Like, you're great early, you kind of lose steam as the game goes on, and you just have to win early. If not, you're useless. And that's why Draven isn't even played enough. So,
yeah.
Overall, I think honestly he could use a buff. They gutted his passive. The only meaningful change they've done in years is they've gutted his passive, where if you die, you really get punished for it. You are not allowed to make mistakes on Draven. If you do, then you're just not an AD. You just lose the game. You lose the bot lane for your team.
Wasn't that his whole thing, like risk reward? Like if he does get fed, he's gonna get stupid. But if you do manage to kill this guy, he's gonna stay like.
Yeah, but they kind of had it at like a halfway point. So they didn't have it as like, okay, you were completely out of the game because you still had some passive stacks. Now you have so little. Like if you're dead, they might as well take away all of it. Like I don't know why they even don't, but
they leave you with pennies.
Yeah, they're like, hey, all right, you have 5 pennies left. Are you happy? No. Like you just take this too. So, I don't know why they did that. I guess they didn't want him coming back potentially because it is scary. Draven is kind of scary, so I can understand the sentiment of like you don't want to overbuff him in any single way.
Yeah, because bro, that guy once he gets going, he can't be stopped. Yeah,
he's fucking oppressive, and they probably did it to like punish Tyler, I guess, like secretly because they can't do it publicly anymore. So overall, though, I think Draven could use a little nudge. Nothing too big though. Definitely nothing too big because I don't want to see this guy in my games ever. But from a non-biased standpoint, he could definitely use something. So what are they doing? Q bonus damage increased. Okay, they're actually buffing his main thing. Let's see. With less early game AD from his core build than in previous seasons, that's also true. He doesn't really build what he wants, besides like lifesteal. So what are they doing? How much? 40 to... Oh no, 35 to 40, 105. Okay, it's slightly better. It's literally just slightly better. This is probably decent.
Tweak?
I don't think it really matters for...
A little tweak?
A little tweak, a little nudge. It's exactly what I said. A little nudge. It's great.
Good.
Alright, so next up, we got Gunnar.
Gada?
What do you think of Gada,
I've seen him.
Dude? You've seen him? I've seen him too.
I've seen him a
fucking
lot.
Annoying.
He seems annoying, but he's never like, I feel like, strong enough to do anything. I feel like he's literally, you just wait around until you have big.
Yeah, he's literally, I feel like, the team fighting champion. Like, you play Gnar to have a safe lane and have, like, decent team fight. That's all it is. I remember when he came out, he was pretty good, and then they just kept nerfing him. But, yeah, now he's literally, they've really incentivized just ult on him. His ult is on, like, a 20-second cooldown base, like, later on. It's like, what the fuck?
He doesn't seem too crazy, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think anything of him.
I think, personally, his mobility needs to be touched because he's such a safe laner, it's stupid. I think at least make it like a choice. Like, okay, if I get away, I'll be like harassed out of farm for a little bit because he's so safe with the Q. It's like a top Ezreal almost, the way I see it. Because you just Q for farm anyway. But anyway,
yeah,
I would say nerf him a little bit and please just like nerf the E, the cooldown. That's all I could ask. Anyway, base attack damage decrease. Okay, so he's getting nerfed, which is good, but they're nerfing his AD, which doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Hecarim! Dude, have you seen the Horsey of the Shadow Isles at all?
I have not seen Hecarim, which is crazy because traditionally this guy has always been there every season in some form. He's always there.
Now,
but
that was no exception because at the start of the season, he was ridiculous.
Yeah, of course.
He was ridiculous, and then they kept nerfing him for like 5 straight patches, and now here's where we're at. So, I'm assuming, obviously, he's probably going to get buffed. Let's see if it's meaningful. Base armor increase. Now, mind you, this is after the jungle, quote-unquote, got easier to do. So, let's see. I feel like everything Riot does is just like a failure, but let's see.
Yep.
Base armor increased, Q damage ratio increased. We weren't kidding. Hecarim needed help last patch, and he still does now.
Damn, this guy's hurting, bro.
We're doubling down on the buff to his Q and reverting part of his 11.9 nerf. So his armor is going up by 3.
And he's getting more bonus AD
10%.
on his Q.
It's alright, I guess.
It's alright, yeah. We'll see if he gets played because of this.
Yeah. Next, Alawi. I think Alawi is probably like she's so similar in my opinion to like the very straightforward champs like Tryndamere. She's a brawler. She wants to fight and she wants you to stay there. Her whole thing revolves, can she land the E? If she can land the E, she basically wins the fight. If you gank her and she lands the E, you super like lost the fight.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like about Alawi, all she's doing is trying to brawl you, and if you could just sidestep every time this character like throws her little tentacle out at you, what is she doing, Lane? Like I feel like she's so useless. Like if you have to be really good at Alawi to get the most from Alawi. If you're bad at Alawi, oh baby, you're gonna feel it.
So she's probably super good in low elo, but
yeah.
In terms of because of she's so simple, and it's really like you just said, you just have to sidestep. I feel like she needs like some sort of small buff because I don't really see her, and especially like the higher elo you go, I feel like the worse she is. So I think they need to buff her. I think she should get a buff. What that is, God knows what, because I think it's just a core design problem of she's so simple, she's probably just meant for lower elo. But let's see. With a smaller mana pool than other fighters, that also is a big issue with her. She does run out of mana a lot. Okay, so she's getting buffed. Her base mana growth is going up by 10. Alright, cool. That means nothing. Next change. Dude, these changes are so ass. Okay.
Well, yeah, this is like a slight patch. I think the only big thing is going to be fucking Mundo.
Let's see. Yeah, honestly. And oh yeah, that's the big thing, right? Fucking jokes. Anyway, J4. I haven't seen this guy in years.
Dude, I was just thinking the other day, I was like, damn, yo, this guy was such a menace in the jungle.
He was one of the
this
trifecta.
Season, he's like useless. If I see Jarvan on my team, I'm like, we're losing.
I feel as if get rid of the Udyr update and give it a Jarvan. He is so outdated, I feel. His kit is so simple and it's like so old.
Exactly. He has to do 2 of his abilities to do like a dash where champions have like 1 ability, you know what I mean?
Land
and
it.
theirs is way better.
Land it because he has to
land it. Exactly.
Yeah. Like it's skill involved too. Like Jarvan is like a troll champ, bro. You literally just go like full damage lethality if you want to like burst someone and then die, and that's like I think the most you'll ever have fun with Jarvan. But
get out of your fucking ult now.
Yeah,
literally everybody.
Because everyone has a fucking dash. Fucking yeah, I don't know. I think he's just super outdated. He really needs a rework. Like this is the king of fucking Demacia. The way it works now, I feel like Garen's the king of Demacia, like with how cool Garen is. Like, yo, he spins, he does all this shit, he gains like the shield, he like removes slows.
So does that mean Jarvan is the fucking jester of Demacia, Chris Allen?
Yeah, what do I think of Jarvan? He jumps in and then jumps in again with his like ult. Like, is that cool? Is that cool to anyone? Do you think Jarvan's cool? No. I think Garen's super fucking cool and good. What is Jarvan? You build him tank, okay, he does no damage, he sets shit up, and then that's all he's worth, and then it's still hard to do it. You build him damage, you might one-shot the AD, but who won't? And then you die. It's like he has no place. He has no place.
There's no point to playing him.
Yeah, so I honestly believe after what I've just said, no buff aside from severe overtuning will help this guy. He needs a rework. So anyway, what are they doing? They're buffing him. W cooldown decrease. Jarvan tends to lose steam early on in a fight. Isn't that where he's supposed to be strong? Like,
yeah.
Okay. So we're giving him more incentives to stay in battle, even though like his passive is literally just
basically they want him to get his like fucking what? His like 100 fucking HP shield every like 5 seconds. Like,
come on, from 12 to 9.
It is, yo, the shielding he gets from that is so like stupid that like it should already be like a 3-second cooldown, you know what I mean? It gives him nothing. It literally does nothing at all. It gives him the smallest shield I've ever seen.
Oh my god, yeah, so Jarvan useless. This buff, nothing, as usual. That's the common theme with this patch from what I'm seeing. Okay, next up. Kaisa. Alright. So as with Hecarim.
So the bottom lane?
Yeah, as with Hecarim, this probably is just gonna get beat the shit out of until it's never good. Although I don't think they fully want to do that with her because she has so many good skins with K-pop. So they want to make her at least like decent to sell skins. So I'm not expecting too big of a nerf here. Hopefully, but do I think Kaisa's OP? Honestly, not anymore. No, the fact that she has reduced range and she has to scale up. Every AD has to scale up. But her reduced range makes, like, her early game really weak. I feel like Kaisa early is so weak unless you have a good, like, engaged support that could stack your passive. But then
I
any
still
engaged
feel like
support
she's
is
really
good.
strong, though.
I don't know. I mean, later as the game goes on, she's pretty decent. She's pretty good. It's just because she's so safe. You have the invisibility on E and then the ulti with a massive fat cock shield. It's like, she's just safe and she outputs great damage, but it's the safety that really does it. She's like a discount Ezreal. As the game goes on, you become more and more safe, but you actually do damage. Holy shit, it's so dark out right now. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think there's a thunderstorm.
Dude,
Like,
let's fucking go. I gotta
approaching.
go to the gym later, too. But anyway. Yeah, so hopefully they don't nerf her too bad. I know they're nerfing her. Let's
60
see.
degrees on Friday. God, thank you, Lord.
Oh, yes. Alright, so let's see what they're doing. Kaisa Q cooldown increased early. Oh god, I'm actually a little scared about that. I mean, you don't really use the Q for poke anyway, but...
A caffeine rain?
So let's see. The Fearless Predator has been making pro play her prey. That is true. Looking to draw back her early game power. Okay, so is this gonna matter? Let's see. 8 to 10. Okay, this doesn't matter. Alright.
They should categorize, like, patches or, like, changes for champions on, like, why, like, pro, like, okay, this is for the pros, this is for us, this is
Yeah,
for
they
pros,
really should. But yeah, this change doesn't matter. This is like a non.
Yeah, this is just straight for the pros. Like this slight tweak will probably be only for those niggas to care about.
Yeah, even then it's not much. Like, okay, I have to wait 2 extra seconds to clear the wave. Thanks. Anyway, Malphite. I feel like Rock
to me seems okay.
It's like Rock, yeah. You really only pick him for one reason and one reason only. Well, two reasons. They're all AD, and you want like a team fight, and you might have like a Yasuo or something. Aside
you only
from
pick
that,
him if you have a Yasuo or the enemy team is full AD.
Yeah,
that's it.
Like I feel like his laning doesn't matter. If you want to troll, you go AP. Like, do you expect Rock to win lane?
No.
Do you expect him to lose lane?
No. He kind of always goes even, but team fights is where he's like a menace.
Yeah, exactly. He's literally... Yeah, sorry, Josh Licorice. You're not getting picked up now. You want to ignore me? I'll ignore you. So...
Josh Licorice.
Basically... I don't know. I feel like he's the same thing as Gnar. He's literally just like played for team fights, but he's not as safe as Gnar laning, obviously. But yeah, he just played for team fights. But in terms of what they could do since he's on here, what do you think? You think he's going to get a buff or a nerf? Honestly, I can't see them nerfing him.
I don't see them nerfing. Yeah, exactly.
Like, he doesn't do anything. Besides just ult. And then it even depends, like, do you land a good one? Are you competent? So, yeah.
It has to be a buff.
It has to be a buff. Alright, let's see. Malphite has been feeling more rock soft than solid.
Yeah, dude.
Combining with Bramblevest nerf,
rock soft.
He's hit rock bottom. To buff up his rock and lane, we're amping up the rock and his claps so that he can rock. Let's see. So they're buffing his W, the thing you max, I think, last,
max
right?
That. Yes, you max it last.
Okay, so already this isn't looking good. If they're buffing an ability you max last, unless it's like great early, like they buff the
maybe it is
if
you're stacking armor, like why not just
I guess
like put points to this first.
Let's see. So the on hit damage. Oh my god, that oh no. Alright, so this is gonna be useless. So the on hit damage of the W is going from 10 to they're buffing it by 5.
Rock,
and then it's scaling better off your armor. You're literally doing like 5 extra damage on your auto.
He's rock soft, but now he's solid after this.
Yeah, this is still rock soft. This is a fucking non-buff. What is this? What is this
Rocks
joke?
off.
Okay, so that was useless. Rammus. Have you seen Rammus since the update?
He does get played, surprisingly enough.
I have not seen him once.
I've seen him a few times.
I've not seen him once. And I don't know what that means. I literally cannot judge him because I haven't seen him played. I don't know if he's good or not. I feel like, just going off like assumptions.
He does more than old Rammus for sure.
I was about to say that. Like ground level, it's just more than what the old one used to do. So it has to be better. But then it makes me question how much better is it? It's probably still ass because I haven't seen it. But I feel like Rammus is very niche, so it's kind of hard to tell. But I honestly have no opinion on this. What do you think? You think he's too strong, too weak?
I don't think anything. I think he was like okay, but obviously the Bramble nerf last patch kind of, that's his favorite item.
Yeah.
So I think he like went from being like decent to like just a little shittier. So maybe it's a buff.
All right.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
I'm gonna trust your judgment. I'm gonna say it's a buff too. Let's see. W base bonus armor increased. Okay, nice. It is a buff. R cooldown decreased. Ooh. Fun fact: they actually reworked Rammus to make him more viable in Wild Rift. But anyway, everyone knows Rammus and Bramblevest are best friends. Okay. So yeah, it's because his items got nerfed and he's just shitty.
Wild Rift needs to be discontinued.
You know, it's actually really good, apparently.
Oh, God.
It's doing really well.
I hate mobile games.
You know they're getting their own skins now?
My God.
They have, like, a Cosmic Yasuo or some shit. It's, like, crazy. But anyway. W defensive ball curl is going up by 10 base armor. That's actually a lot. Early game armor means a lot, so that's actually not a change to, like, scoff at. That's actually pretty big. And then the cooldown of Soaring Slam. Okay, I feel like, similar to the old ult, it should be like a low-ass cooldown, because I feel like it barely does anything.
Isn't it already, though?
No. I mean, later,
I feel like he always has it up.
He has it up probably every fight, but I want it up more often. Like, I want you to be able to, like, use this shit on, like, dragon or, like, camps and shit.
Before, it used to be on a shorter cooldown because it was, like your fourth ability, but now it's, like, an ultimate ability.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it, so... I don't know its strength, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's similar to the old one, so I just want the cooldown to be lower. But anyway, what are they doing? They are making the cooldown lower. Nice, by 10 seconds. Okay, cool. So actually, these are probably the most significant changes, and I'm going to call it here that we'll see this whole patch. But anyway, let's keep going. Nasus.
See?
Ooh, Nasus.
This is your champion, Chris Talon.
Yeah, I actually have some surprising things to say about him. I actually think Nasus is really strong. So...
I would agree.
His main counter is like Darius. And from what I've seen, I've actually seen Nasus's like beat the shit out of Darius. And it like happened sooner than I thought. Like the first 3 levels, I would say, aren't complete like stomps unless Darius has Ignite or something. I've seen Darius's without Ignite in the first 3 levels.
Get manhandled?
Not get manhandled, but like not put the fear of God into Nasus like they used to. I think there's so much healing in the game, and especially with what you could do with the runes on Nasus, like
it feels like he heals a lot, right?
I don't feel like that's part of it, but I feel like also it's just a lot of people lost a lot of early damage, especially Darius, and from their builds and stuff. And just they can't put up as much pressure early, and then Nasus wants to scale, and like his healing gets better as the game goes on. So it's just you can't pressure him as much because you can't do as much because of the new items. So you either buff everything else or just nerf him, which is the obvious thing is to probably just nerf him. So yeah, they're probably gonna nerf Nasus. I think he's actually really strong. Let's see. Passive lifesteal decreased. Ah, of all the things they could have fucking hit, bro.
Chris Allen, yes.
Okay, so with patch,
his healing was straight up stupid at points sometimes.
Literally, like, all you need, the defensive item he gets. You want to guess what it is? It's Sheen.
It's his defensive item.
That's his defensive item. You know why?
Why?
Because when he Qs with Sheen, he'll heal more than you will damage him.
Disgusting.
So
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like once you get Sheen, it's so good. It's so fucking good. But yeah, so let's see how bad. With the patch 11:11 buff to Divine Sunder, another source of healing for him, Nasus has been a top dog, literally, in average play, where he's able to stay in lane and farm until the cows come home. We're targeting this by reducing the amount of lifesteal he can get while he has easier access to minions. Okay, so how bad is this? 12, 10, 16, 18, 20, 25. Okay, this is actually not bad. It's not great, but Nasus literally from level 1 has a Vamp Scepter. Like, he starts with Vamp Scepter level lifesteal in his
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Like, that is ridiculous. And then, it, like, you could... it scales up, obviously, but, like, it is actually crazy how much lifesteal he has. If you could survive the early game, I think the biggest nerf to this is probably early, but it's like a small... It's definitely a pinch in the sack. Yeah. But, this is good.
Sack.
This is good. I don't want Nasus to be bad, so this is fine. Renektor.
No.
So.
The Butcher.
Ohitora. Anyway. So
Renekton is the true Butcher of Blaviken.
Yeah, I think Renektor got butchered at Blaviken. He's so useless.
My God.
So, what do you think of Renekton? Because my opinion is already widely known on him.
I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's that strong. I haven't played him in a long time, but I never felt he was like crazy strong, and I'm surprised people play him.
In pro play now, no less.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know he was this strong, and now that once the spotlight gets put on him, now he's getting smacked in the snout, yo. I hate this shit.
And you still don't think he's strong, right?
No, I don't think he's strong.
Okay, I don't think so either. In fact, I think he's super fucking like useless. The most he is a stun that'll live.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what they're doing. The Croc has been up and down the block in pro play, of course. The resourceless sustain and wave clear. Maybe it's because does he build Gourd Drinker? Do you know what he builds?
He builds Gourd Drinker's the red one, right?
Yeah, it's the one that heals him. So yeah, he just survives, I guess, from like all the healing. Okay, so then force fights by jumping on a victim with his point and click CC. To address this, we're scaling back his healing. I don't understand that. So they said there's two problems here. They said his sustain and his wave clear. Well, actually, there's three, they said. His sustain, his wave clear, and his reliability of, like, singling someone out and kind of, like, helping pop them.
Yeah,
or just
point and click.
Yeah, exactly. So they're only targeting one of the three problems. Will that actually solve the problem he has in pro play? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But I do think this little BB thing they're doing to him, it's going to make him, like, a little more, like, vulnerable.
You think so?
A little bit more, yeah.
Let's see. So, the Q, the Cull the Meek, his main ability, I would say.
Cull the Meek.
So, non-champion healing, which is non-existent, is going down by 1 and getting a little bit of a shitter scaling. It's really minuscule, though. This is so minuscule. And then the empowered non-champion healing is going down by a decent amount. Do these numbers matter? Because I don't really know.
Well, this is against non-champion, so they don't want Renekton to be getting crazy healing when he just Qs the wave, right?
Did he used to?
No.
He didn't.
I don't know why, if you had empowered Q, you're just spamming it in the minion wave. I don't know why you're not attacking champions, but...
But, it, like, I mean, if you did, would it heal you for, like, a lot? Or?
A decent amount. Dude, I don't know. I haven't played him in a long time, but whenever I did, it didn't feel strong. Like, the only time I'm really healing is when I'm doing it to the enemy champion.
That's what
or when
I
it's, like,
too.
high ferocity.
Yeah. Okay, so they're taking something that was already weak and making it even weaker.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a useless change. This kind of does nothing then. Nah, yeah. Okay, anyway. So, next up, Talon, which means we're getting, like, to the bottom of the list almost. So, because it's alphabetical. What do I think of Talon? We've seen a couple of Talons, like, recently, too.
Useless.
I actually think... I share the sentiment. He's useless. But I think that, like, his whole thing, his whole, like, reason for existing is I'm going to do good early. And I think he does that decently well because I've actually seen some Talons get, like, pretty fed early, except the ones against Real Mid. And then they don't do anything after, but, like, they win the early game. So what does this mean? I think Talon's shit. Does he do what he's supposed to win early? Yeah. Does it matter? No. So, what do I think? I think Talon needs a buff, honestly.
Me too.
All
I
right,
feel
cool.
like the only way he does anything is if he roams crazy.
Yeah.
So I
And even
think it's
then,
a
I feel
buff.
like that's just to help the other lanes. If he steals the kills, he's like doing a disservice to his team.
Yeah, he's not even that. Yeah, no. He needs buffs. He needs buffs
Yeah, alright,
for
cool.
sure.
Alright, so are they buffing him? W initial damage decreased and return damage increased. Okay, so let's see. Talon settled in well. He's about as strong as before an elite play. Oh my god, okay. We're giving him another tap down by shifting power away from his initial part of the W, the easy part, and slightly lowering its overall scaling to balance, also giving him a small boost to the second half of Rake, which is easier to dodge. So basically what they're saying is it's just going to be harder to do the same amount of damage is what I'm getting.
Exactly. It's harder for him to whittle you down, and it's easier for you to play around it. Okay.
So already useless champion getting even more useless. Do the numbers even matter here? It's literally by 5.
5.
Okay. The scaling is down by a lot though. Holy shit. The scaling on the initial is like super down.
Oh yeah. The bonus AD.
Yeah, the return is like decently up though.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you don't hit the second part of Talon, you're kind of sucking dick.
what's the point? Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So Talon's even worse and still even more useless. Okay.
If Rake worked like how it did before, where you
was
just shot it out and it
instant.
came back instant, this would be so good. But no.
Yeah, no, they needed to make you wait to kill someone. So, Udyr. My personal belief is unless he's a super issue, which he was at the start of the season, he should not be touched because he's getting a rework. Why the fuck are they even paying attention to him?
Because he still gets played despite all that.
Who
He's,
cares,
I
bro?
think he's strong. I hate this guy. I want him like reworked and make him like a niche pick.
I
Just
don't.
make him like for the Udyr mains. That's it. Don't make him good. Where everybody has to play him.
I don't think he's strong. I think he's annoying. Like, I don't think he's good per
His
se.
clear is so fast and oppressive though. Like I feel like in the jungle he will literally run rampant.
Yes, but I
He's
feel like
getting
they've.
objectives. He's everywhere.
I feel like they've nerfed his damage so much. I never see anyone go Tiger anymore. And they almost
hell no.
always go Phoenix.
Hell no. Always Phoenix now.
And then they've nerfed Phoenix out the ass. So at that point, the only thing I saw Udyr doing was he wasn't dying because he built full tank. And he also built full move speed. So like he was an annoying little gnat doing like whatever the fuck he wanted. And you didn't... You were better off ignoring him because you won't kill him and you can't catch up to him. He was so annoying. But I don't think he's that good. But overall, I would kind of agree. I do think he's a little strong. But more on the annoying side, not like the OP side.
Yeah, he's just a pest, bro.
Yeah. So I'm expecting to see nerfs. Honestly, at this point, I don't know to what. They've nerfed everything about him they could. The only thing I'm guessing is maybe move speed. Like honestly, if you take away a good chunk of his move speed, he'll come in line really fucking quickly. Like he will fall in line.
I feel like that'd be too crazy though if they did that.
Well, yeah, you kind of take away the champion at that point.
Yeah.
Listen, you either want Udyr played or you don't. Pick one.
True.
So, what are they doing? Our cone damage decreased. Tank Phoenix Udyr has been rampaging across pro play. Okay. So, they're nerfing him, I guess. Let's see. So, the cone damage, 60. So, the base damage is going down, but the scaling is going up. So, if you're building AP Udyr, aka you're playing actual League of Legends and you want to have fun, then this is good, because I've actually seen AP Udyr a lot. But in general, yeah, so this is just targeted towards pro play, and I think, honestly, Phoenix Stance is already ass enough, so it's just even
It's actually
more
so
ass.
crazy to see that that base before max rank did 310 damage.
Yeah, it was
Like,
a lot.
What the hell?
It was a lot. And that's without any scaling, too.
Yeah, that's just what you get for free for building like full tank health.
And that's without, like, the AoE, too, because the AoE's on top of that, too.
Stupid champ.
Yeah, so that's whatever. Pretty decent nerf, I would say.
Chris Allen,
Varus?
the next best.
Oh,
AD.
shit. So, what do I think of Varus? Varus, like I've always said, is basically just a cyclical champion. He gets buffed very, like, often until he's too good, then he gets nerfed, and then the cycle repeats. I don't know where we're at now. I've barely seen Varus.
Last time we saw him was a buff, if I remember.
It's been, yeah, we're in the cycle of he's kept getting buffed right now. but I haven't seen him played. So I don't know if we're in the cycle of like, okay, he's strong, so he's gonna get nerfed soon. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to play Varus. I hate lethality Varus. I think it's ass.
Every time I see him get played, it's always a loss too, yo.
Yeah.
Like nobody's good at this guy.
On hit Varus is also ass because on hit is ass, and crit Varus. At that point, don't play Varus. You're playing crit, don't play Varus. So overall, I think he needs a buff. Still, I think we're still in the patch of like Varus needs to get buffed. Let's see. So Varus W max bonus damage decreased. What? Huh? Varus's buff in 11.14 made his W made his lethality builds especially powerful. Oh, what?
Apparently this is true because I actually had a Varus the other day.
Did he do like crazy?
No, he did terrible. But when I questioned my team, like, why was he building these items? Because he was building like fucking weird like assassin items. They were like, oh, you're supposed to build lethality now. He's really good now with that.
So this change, in my opinion, is an error on Riot's part. I think they might be smoking something because Varus sucks ass, and like I don't know why they're doing this.
For sure, smoking on pack.
Okay. Wukong, which means we're almost at the bottom of the list because we're on the W's. Monkey. I don't know what's been going on. We've been seeing like the monkeys in the jungle with like in our games. I feel like Wukong is so ass.
I feel like he's the worst. Yeah,
he's so ass. Another thing Riot did, they spend like months giving us updates. Yeah, guys, we thought of this kit for Wukong, but then we changed it to this. Oh, and now we're doing this. Now we're tuning the numbers on this. They spent so much time on this fuck to release him, hotfix nerf him some more, and basically make him as useless as the old Wukong was. Like, they really just monkeyed the like Wukong fans.
It looks like they're gonna do it again.
I'm not looking yet. Let me guess. I'm assuming. Oh god, that gives me ideas now. So, I don't think Wukong is strong.
Yeah, no. Every time I've seen this champion played, ironic enough, it has been the worst. So he loses top lane and does nothing.
Yeah, I think he needs a buff. I'm hoping to see a buff here. At the same time, I'm not because I hate Wukong, but unbiasedly, he needs a buff. So let's see what they're doing. Base damage growth decreased. Okay. Q damage ratio decreased. Before the buffs to Divine Sunder and Black Cleaver, Wukong was already performing well. Where? Where was this? In Bronze? We knew the boost to his core items to tip him over the edge. Yeah, okay. But we weren't sure exactly where he'd land, and now that we do, we're hopefully... What? Okay, how bad is this? AD growth 0.5. I really just don't understand what these mean, so it's probably useless. Crushing blow damage ratio 40. Okay, 5%.
5 is their favorite number. That's what I've noticed from Riot.
Dude, it's
like
so...
when they do tweaks, it's always like by 5%.
It's so
or
like...
by 0.5.
It's so nonsense. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, it's so bad. Wukong's still bad. Anyway. Ziggs! What I believe... Is Ziggs the last champion on the champions page? I think he is. Either him or Zyra. But, probably Zyra, actually. But I don't think they're changing Zyra. So, Ziggs, the final champion. I think Ziggs is decent. He's definitely not what he was. He's simple. And because he's simple...
more niche now.
Yo, I will always remember... Yeah, we really don't like how fast Ziggs clears and how fast he takes towers. So how are we going to remedy this? We're going to give him a tower execute. Like, I never understood Riot's logic. But I feel like Ziggs is in the same vein as Xerath. He's just like a poke fucking like battery mage. He just shoves shit at you.
He's literally just chucking bombs at you while you're trying to see us.
Yeah. Now, I personally think that the reason... There's a couple reasons, I think, but the main reason that Ziggs fell out of grace is because he can't keep up in damage. It's hard to hit his shit, and the W should really only be used as like an escape tool. So you really just have your Q and your E for damage and the ult. The Q, okay, you have to land it. The E is pretty wiener. Like, they might get hit by like 1 or 2, but it's mostly a zoning tool or like a team fight tactic. Like, it's really not that good. So, overall, I just think Ziggs' damage output, not only is it hard to hit, it's also not good enough to be competitive. And he's just fell out of grace because he can't do it.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, playing him is very, very dangerous.
You could clear the wave, but you won't do anything else. So.
Yeah. Like if he uses his W not to live, he just dies every time. Like there's nothing he can do.
Honestly, yeah. So, and he doesn't even have the damage to like be a threat anyway, because I don't know. It's so hard to land a shit, and they don't do enough. So, what am I hoping to see? Damage buffs, straight ass damage buffs. That's all I'm hoping to see here. So what are they doing? Q base damage increased later. Okay, that's not his problem. I think later his damage is pretty good because of the cooldown. The R missile speed increased. Ziggs hasn't been around much lately. No fucking doubt. We haven't seen him for years, except in AD. So we're tossing him a ball.
They don't like him there though.
Yeah, of course they don't. Fucking AD. Oh my god, I could go off on that too, but. So we're tossing him a bone by strengthening his Q to spike harder in mid-game. More importantly, we're giving his ult a significant speed buff. Oh, this should make it more reliable when casting from long ranges while strengthening his powerful AoE damage in teamfights. Okay, so what does this mean? The base damage is going up by 20. But that's later, so mid-game it's like 5, then 10. So it's gradual scaling. This does nothing. The Q change doesn't really matter at all. And then the R, the Omega, the Mega Inferno Bomb. Missile speed, 2250, minimum 1.2 second travel time. This honestly is like a good quality of life buff for Ziggs. Like he might land ults more often at further ranges. But realistically, this does nothing. Ziggs is still ass. Everything this patch, for the most part, 90% of it has been, this is useless. But what are you thinking, man?
I don't think everything you said holds true. I just, this, it seems like, again, he's getting a little tweak, a little bonk on the
head. nothing this patch has mattered. Like,
just a little tweak, little bonk.
Alright, bug fixes, quality of life changes.
Nobody cares about those.
Yeah. And the upcoming skins, okay, cool, they're hot.
Hot set and hot prom.
Now, before I forget, because I almost forgot, okay, let's talk about the new Mundo. So, new Mundo. They did something similar to what they did with Wukong, in my opinion. They're like, okay, we have like these different kits. They're interesting. They're cool, right? We have like this kit where like you stick the cleaver in them, and then like there's multiple cleavers and multiple enemies. You could drag them out. They'll do like burst damage, AoE bleed. Like there was a lot of cool concepts that really like changed Mundo's kit, but felt similar to the core of what he was. And they didn't go with any of them. Instead, we got Mundo 0.5.
Yeah, I was just about to say, my biggest takeaway from this entire thing is like, they wanted to keep Mundo the same, which I was like, all right, keep his identity of him regenning, right?
Yeah,
but no, Riot took it a step further. They're like, yo, we're going to give you the same champion, but a little bit better. And I'm thinking like, wait, we voted for this big rework, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's literally like they copy pasted it, and then they just changed like, the little thing right here.
Yes, the perfect example I can give is this is about the same level of change they did to Rammus's kit, and they didn't hold that from us for months. They didn't tease it with all these little like updates saying, oh yeah, we're thinking of this, we're thinking of that, and we didn't have to wait like an ungodly amount of time. They literally like shoved Rammus's thing under the rug, and we're like, oh yeah, and this is here too. Look. And then with Mundo, they made it this whole big deal, and I feel like the whole lead up to it and the execution of it was so like underwhelming. It is actually crazy. I'm so disappointed in this. It's undoubtedly it's better. Literally, it's the old Mundo kit, but they've just added more stuff in, and it's better, but it's still Mundo. Mm-hmm. Like it is so underwhelming, and we waited for this. That is the part that gets me. You're telling me all this other work you did on all these different kits and all this thought process, you just threw it in the garbage to do what? To sit on your asses and get paid this whole time and say, yeah, look, we're working, here's some kit concepts. Oh, but what are we going to give you? The same thing. So, like, they really just wasted our time. Our time and their time.
Irks my soul is how long this update came out for what it is.
My God.
Is insane. They made us wait so long. Like, okay, guys, don't forget. Mundo's coming. Okay, don't forget. And this is what we get?
Yeah.
What were you I feel like for the entire thing, when they were teasing it, they only got to working on Mundo like maybe 2-3 months ago. Like, all right, let's do it now. Now we're going to do it.
Honestly, like, it's sad. And the worst part is it's good, But like this didn't take like how long did this fucking take? We knew about this shit
Shyvana,
from
bro.
last year.
They should have done it. Shyvana should have won. I'm still
Oh
jacking
my
that.
god. Like this is crazy. The biggest part of this whole thing is just the visuals. I like the visuals more than anything, but like that's
Yeah,
it.
he looks really good. The art team always goes crazy. That's never the issue, okay?
Yeah.
The art team, they all need raises, and it looks like Riot's doing exactly that, okay? Because nothing else matters.
But yeah, so overall, this patch was absolute fucking doo-doo ass. I think this patch is like a 5 out of 10 fucking Whoopi Goldbergs. The only reason I'm giving it a 5 is because Mundo's here and he's just like factually better. That is the only reason. Honestly, I want to give this shit like a 4. I'm just gonna stay at a 5 though, because Mundo's here. Like this patch was so shitty.
I'll be the bad cop here, and I'll give it the 4. Just
I'll give it
because,
the 4.
like Chris Allen said, not much happened. All Riot did was tweaks. Everything was by 5, it looked like.
5.
So hopefully by 5 we see these champions either worse or by 5 better.
Yeah, like this is ridiculous. But anyway, that's about it. 11.2 patch ass.
Mundo.
Hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll do another one. I don't know.